Hey, 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 everyone. I'm live. Okay, well, let me introduce myself. I'm Elena Chapman, and I am a mystic and your guide to ascension. I help people to ascend with a little more ease. If they want to ascend, I can help them do that. Or if they are ascending and they're having some difficulty with it, sometimes it can be challenging. I am here. I'm also here to teach you your spiritual gifts, all those wonderful gifts of the intuition and the divine feminine, which is all those psychic gifts that we all talk about that. Also, I'm a three-time international best-selling author, two-time international best-selling author. Ooh, a little bit of manifestation happening there, huh? And I have a third book out. It's right here. Oh, how handy, right? Hello Soul, which is now out on Amazon. Okay. And I know that I haven't really pushed it, but the people who buy it have really loved it. So that's cool. My neighbor is in love with it. She won't put it down. She's got every page just totally marked up and everything. I love seeing that. So that's cool. That's what it's for. And that was a lot of my spiritual journey, the things I had to get rid of and what I had to do to get through some of it. So that's cool. And then, and also I have a show called Mystical Muse, and I just got off with a fabulous guest, Raphael Farmont. And he's the only person I know who has had a lot of the same circumstances and situations in his spiritual growth that I have in mine. So it was a very interesting interview and very fun. And that is on my podcast, which will also have snippets and stuff on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or sorry, X, and also probably Threads and TikTok, which I love. And then so you'll get to see little snippets. But if you want to check it out, we're on pretty much all the main ones: Google, Audible, Spotify, Amazon, if they have one. Just kind of look for me. I know Google and Spotify, definitely. But anyway, so here we are on this wonderful live. Those are my credentials. Okay. Now here we are. And I want to start with something right away. Hey, Joe Fox. Oh, but I'm glad you're on now. I'm very glad you're on now. And I think you might like this. Joey, I'm so glad you're on. Okay. So let me see. I'm going to start with something. I'm going to read it because I wrote down a lot. All right. I'm going to read a few things. With each breath, I invite you to relax. I choose to focus on what I can control, let go of all the rest. That rhymes, huh? Nice. I am safe, secure, and all things are well. I am calm with each breath and more in the present. I release fear and embrace peace. I am capable, strong, and in control. The universe surrounds me with peace. I accept. Now, I'm out with some friends right now in a noisy bar. I will watch the replay. You may do that, Joey. Now, those were mantras. Have a good time, too. Sorry. Those are mantras. And a lot of times we use mantras in our conscious mind during the day. How many of us put them on mirrors and do these mantras, right? Okay. That's great. You're bringing them into the conscious mind. That's incredible. But I want to bring forth a little bit of science, okay? Quantum physics, along with actual sleep scientists, would they call them? Sleep scientists, sleep doctors, have brought about a new thought here. And it's very interesting. See, when we sleep, our subconscious mind rids itself. My gosh, in October, our minds, our subconscious minds, were getting rid of all the old stuff that you don't need anymore, that you don't go by anymore. It is pretty incredible, and it is accepting new. Now, so when you hear these mantras in your sleep, your subconscious mind is going to absorb it much easier. That's science. I'm not saying that. That is what the sleep scientists in quantum physics is saying. And they have a special name for it, which I don't remember. Sorry. But that is exactly what it is. So when you are trying to change this overthinking, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. What is it? And this anxiety, which is ripping our nation. I mean, I don't even think I know anybody who hasn't suffered from anxiety or is suffering with anxiety. It seems to be like the new plague. And we need to do something. But one of the ways is training the conscious mind and the subconscious mind at the same time. Now, let's just talk about this overthinking. Now, if anything, if I am guilty of any of these categories, I don't really worry. I don't really have any fear. I mean, I respect things like fire. I know everyone says, aren't you scared of fire? Well, yes, I respect fire, but I use it all the time. I light candles. I light my fireplace. I like to have the fire outside. So I'm not really scared of it, but I respect it. But what do? I have an awful time sometimes with overthinking. That is that is what I have worked very hard to stay more in the present and not to overthink everything to death. All right. Now, anxiety is when you graduate from that, which luckily I did not, but a lot of people have. And I grew up with it. My ex-husband had it very badly, so I have seen it over and over. Dennis, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in so long. Hey, you too, you're an overthinker? Yeah, I can believe that. But anxiety is when all of a sudden the heart starts to pound, the abdomen tightens up tremendously, and you feel almost sick, and your mind is just spinning. It isn't even really focused anymore. And all it is a problem or the fear. And it usually a big one comes with money. When we feel that too much money is going out and not as much money is coming in, it's very easy to go into anxiety. I've seen it happen with clients who are doing fine, and then all of a sudden, bam, they're in anxiety because of lack. I don't have this, I don't have that. And also now, and okay, I get it. A lot of people are very scared they're not going to find jobs now. A lot of people are very scared that they aren't going to be able to make it. A lot of them can't buy a house, or they bought a house and they can't pay the mortgage now because the interest rates went up. All this stuff that has happened, yeah, it is a problem. I get it, but you're not going to figure it out with anxiety. But instead of getting ourselves back into this place of calm and thinking in a rational manner and just relaxing with it, and then the ideas will come to you. Oh, that's weird. Something just fell in here. We probably have a spirit walking in. So it'll come to you. And when it comes to you, it'll be clear, and it'll be an idea that you have that is really going to work. Whereas when you have the anxiety and you're always worried and it's just fluttering around, it's fear-based. And guess what? You are on a fear vibration, right? All you see is fear in lack. You're on a very low vibration at that point. And anything you come up with at that point is going to be fear-based. It's going to be a survival technique. It's going to be fast. Lots of times it's not even going to work. So you've really got to start thinking to yourself, do I really want to go into that anxiety? other things that are not good about anxiety. Actually, I learned this. You can get adrenal fatigue. Now, adrenal fatigue sounds, oh, yeah, this sounds like your adrenal gland is tired. It's much more than that. Adrenal fatigue actually means your adrenal gland is misfiring. So it will shoot out these hormones and cortisone and all these chemicals to cause a fight or flight at any time that it wants. It will do it in the middle of the night. It will do it at other times. And it's like it has been overworked, so used to being in anxiety. But I learned something else. I used to sing, and I used to sing in operas, and I used to be competing all the time. Now, did I really get nervous? One time I got nervous, but I learned it didn't serve me, so I stopped. But what I did was I was highly competitive, and I got, it was excitement. And I started getting addicted to excitement in my younger days. All right. And I also I was a little bit of an activist too. And so all that, it was all excitement. Well, guess what? The body reads it as the same thing as worry. I didn't know that. So I got adrenal fatigue. And so that's how I know firsthand how that can go into misfiring. But with anxiety, and if you get adrenal fatigue, there is a way to calm it down. And that's what I have done. And it is, and I'm going to teach you that stuff now. How do we reverse some of this stuff, this anxiety? How do we stop overthinking? How do we get the energy out of us when it starts? I will tell you the one big giant key. If you can catch it when it starts, that's the best time to nip it in the bud. And before it gets too big. But one of the ways, especially, and one of the ways that I solved my adrenal fatigue is getting my body back into a homeostasis, where it is, where the body is happy, where the body is relaxed, like in a meditation, right? And how do we do that when we're so used to being excited all the time, or worrying all the time, and lack and having anxiety about everything, or overthinking everything to death? How do we get back into that place of knowing when our body is at peace and happy? And that's one of the things we're going to realize today. One of the best ways I slow down my body is by breathing. And I know a lot of people are into mindfulness, and I've done mindfulness. I love it. And it works. I also developed some of my own because I get bored fast. I do. That's one of my things. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't know. But I so I had to develop one for me that I like, and I actually got it from my singing days. So when I feel it coming on. I feel that I'm getting way overexcited, and the stomach's starting to get tight, and everything's starting to kick into that high gear that the chemicals are being released. I will suddenly start to breathe, and I won't try to fight it. If you fight it, you're creating a fight or flight feeling. So instead, I will start by breathing up here in, like, take a breath and just fill the upper chest, because that's what you feel like doing. When you don't feel like breathing down here yet, you got to meet it where it's at. So breathe into your chest and let it come out very gently. Breathe into the chest again and feel the shoulders separate and fall. And breathe out again. And then I breathe down into the stomach. And when I breathe there, I open up my whole rib cage. So breathe in And breathe out gently. Breathe in again. And breathe out gently again. And that whole rib cage is now open and your body is starting to settle down. See? And then the stomach. Breathe in and go all the way down to the lower abdomen. Down past the belly button. Breathe in there. And let out gently. Breathe in again. And now the whole body fills with oxygen. And your body is relaxed. Your heartbeat is down. It is steady. Now, when you are going into anxiety, that is a wonderful way to breathe. And it's quick. So that's one, or one of the mindful exercises. But you have to train your body first. And because you have to know what you're aiming for. You see, so many of us have been suffering with worry, doubt, and fear, overthinking, and anxiety for so long, we don't even know what our bodies feel like. And so we have to find that. So I sat under a tree and I did that a few times to get back into my body. And grounding. Do you know what grounding is? Does anybody not know what grounding is? Well, there's so many different groundings go on. Usually grounding is either sitting on the ground or going out on your bare feet, standing in the grass, and legs apart if you are standing, and allowing your feet, feeling like the roots are going down into the earth and you're just connecting to Mother Earth. And you are feeling energized and you're feeling her love coming up to you, her strength, her solidness, and you are giving back love, okay? And then I always love to put my arms above my head and then allow divinity to come to me, and I feel everything meet in the center, and I get a very solid feeling and a stature, and my body is at peace and breathing deeply. That's grounding. So do a lot of grounding. Do it in the morning. When you feel it come on, do it then. When you think you're overthinking a problem, go out and ground, or sit under a tree and feel the nourishing of the tree and the ground coming into you while you give back love. These are all ways to get calmness back into the body and become more present at the same time. Isn't that excellent? Now, so those are two ways. And then I have to say, meditation. That's my dog coming down the stairs, my big dog, if you heard it. Is meditation. Meditation is so incredible. Even if you are meditating for 5 minutes, 3 minutes a day, it is better than nothing. Meditation, number one, will get you back to where you need to be, relaxed, and where your body is happy. And you will get your mind free from overthinking. Meditation is one incredible. I think everyone should meditate. Now, if you're not a meditator and you just think you can't do it, which I used to be one of those. So I started with, I say don't give up. I mean, I went through every sort of meditation. I was the girl in the group that would always giggle because I couldn't do it. So now when I found journeying, that took care of my overthinking mind, gave me something else to focus on. You know, you leave an overthinker to sit there and think about nothing. What are they going to do? They're going to overthink. I mean, yeah. So, but you give them something and it's like, oh my gosh, you're in heaven. You're on a journey. Oh my gosh. And you're very present in that journey. So meditation, find one that does work for you. Take walks in nature and focus on the nature. Hug trees. Watch the birds, watch the patterns of the animals that are around you or are coming to you, because they will. If you meditate in nature, it's amazing how nature knows that you have gone into this higher place, and they come to you. I've had it happen so many times. They actually come to you because they feel that energy. Isn't that cool? They're more in tune than most people. So, meditation. And that's all to get back to your status quo of who you are, what your body really is supposed to feel like. And when you have that, then you know what you're going for when the attack starts. Now, a good trick for a person who's an overthinker is to lay a piece of the problem, whatever you're trying to solve, on like a kitchen table. I love this. I had to do this with I wanted to start a store down here and in Tennessee, and everything's really expensive to rent. So I'm trying to think of solutions for that. Well, my mind could have a heyday with that if I let myself overthink. So what instead I put a piece of paper and solutions to the high rent. That's the title on my paper upstairs. And I put it on the table and I put a pen by it. And every time I walk by, I think of an alternative or a solution to that. But then I leave. Once I leave that table, I have trained myself to breathe, get back into the present of the breathing, and forget about it until the next time I come up to the table. Do you see? That's a wonderful thing for overthinkers. Now, for anxiety and for worry, this next one. You've got the meditation and all this stuff. The next thing I want to talk about is getting yourself, when you're past that beginning point a little bit, you've got to have a routine together. And some of these routines are exercise, because if it starts to hit and then you go running, it can really help you to get back into your status quo, breathing and running, because you're doing something. You're expelling energy from your body when you exercise. And it really has to be an exercise like jumping or running or walking fast, or something that is going to exert yourself. And that will help. That helps tremendously. And then when you're done, go into the breathing and just getting that body back down to calm. In your life, turn off things that are going to cause you to have a panic attack. Now, if you're having trouble with money and you're trying to solve a problem, I would put it on the kitchen table with like the overthinkers and work it that way. But also, you will get yourself into, you've got to come up with other ways to get your mind on other things. Okay, this is driving me crazy. And one way is hobbies. Now, do people even have hobbies anymore? Hobbies are a wonderful way to get your mind off of things and get you into the present moment. Hobbies. I love hobbies. I have hobbies. I do. I love to repaint furniture or other items and make them look shabby chic or old. Okay, that's a hobby. And when I'm doing that, that's me time. We don't think about things that are going to be problems. I am too busy trying to paint. Do you see what I mean? I am in that world. I am very present. I also love to, I make a lot of my own lotions. When I do that, I am doing that. And it gets me, and it's so calming. I love making lotions and things like that, because it's just a calming. So is painting. It's so calming. And so my hobbies are calming. All right. I also love to garden, and I just moved into this place. Next spring, I am going, hey there, Angie. Yay. Puzzles. Puzzles are fantastic. My mom used to do puzzles, and so did my stepdad. They'd have one on the dining room table, and every time they sat down, they would do pieces. And my mom's anxiety would then go right out the window because she was focusing on that. And we would talk. Yeah, it's perfect. That's a very good one. So find hobbies that you like. And that's a wonderful way to start to begin to be right in the present moment. And it's fun and it feels good. I'm going to start doing my gardening and in the spring, and also some landscaping, which I've done in my past and I love to do. So I'm very excited about that. That'll take over in the spring. Have these different hobbies for different seasons, even. The hobbies are a wonderful way to get your body back into the right flow and to get your mind to quiet down, and most importantly, to live in the present, because we all know anxiety, overthinking, and worry are all thinking about the future. Okay? Nobody ever talks about hobbies, and yet hobbies are so important. Um, have a friend that's dependable, so when you go into that um, horrible zone of anxiety, you can call someone right away and talk to them while you run. you know but most of all, you've got to turn off the stuff, and believe me, you won't miss anything. All the fighting, all the anger, all the oh, there's so many injustice. There's so much injustice in the world now. So if you get yourself totally into that, it can make you crazy. And the worry will start in, the terribleness of the overthinking of all the conspiracy theories and everything else. And then your mind, your adrenaline starts kicking in, and soon you find yourself in anxiety for the whole world. And that doesn't help anybody in the world, and it doesn't help you. So turn it off for now. You will get that news. But hopefully, when you have more control over the body and that wonderful adrenal gland, you know, these are really good ways. And then the last way, I should say, Angie, I'm so glad does anybody else have any comments? Everybody's soaking this in. I would love to see if you guys have any comments. I know that you might have ideas for yourself, because I know most people suffer with some of this stuff. Angie, I know you work so hard that you probably have your mind working like crazy every minute. So, yeah, I'm glad you have puzzles. Nope, nobody else is there. Yeah, okay. All right, but people are listening. That's good. All right, but I also want to say, let's go back to the science. If everybody's got all these down, I hope you wrote them down. I hope you're thinking of friends right now, and I hope you're thinking of, and so, oh yeah, it's been a mess recently, but I am getting through it. Oh, hon, all the work and everything. Yeah. Well, maybe apply some of these things, especially the meditation, and it's in that every good idea I've ever had is when I either go sit under a tree I love, which is a willow tree, and I give it over to the tree and listen, see what ideas come to me, you know, and that I gotta get rid of my overthinking. I have to get rid of it. I have to get the calm breathing back. I have to almost go into other imagination places or meditation, and then the answers to fixing whatever the problem is usually come to me. If I hope, give it a try and see if it helps, okay? Especially if it's been a mess. There might be an easier way to fix the mess, or something will come to you. All right? But if you're struggling through it, that's frustration. Frustration is another vibration that does not give results that are lasting. Just so you know. Okay, I hope that helps. All right, now let's talk the science thing. Okay, they really have something there. They really, really, really do. If you can do the mantras through the day, and you should. And when you do them, Bob Proctor taught me this, and he's right, because it does something to the brain. If you say the mantra in the mirror, you look into one eye, you say it again, and look into the other eye. I don't know. What it does is it helps one side of the brain and the other side of the brain. It's very interesting, but it works. And then Deb, hi Deb. Exercise creates endorphins. Endorphins are the feel-good hormones. Yes, exactly. Thank you. That's exactly what it does. It also helps you to release all the thoughts and everything else that's causing you the anxiety. Yeah. And then that feel good hormone. Yeah. Dance. I love to dance. If I really find that I have a problem, I'm not a runner, but I love to dance. And so if I dance, I can work up quite a sweat. And again, those endorphins come in, my breathing. And then when I breathe deep. Yeah, I get my body back into the flow. Perfect, Deb. Thank you for sharing. That's excellent. All right, get back to this now, these mantras. So you're saying them out loud, and you do that thing in the mirror. You're doing really well. And your conscious mind is ever present, and it's saying these: I am safe, I am at peace, I accept it. You're giving your body even a command. It's great. It's awesome. But your subconscious mind is saying, yeah, I gotcha, but it's not absorbing it, right? So when you do this meditation saying these things, you end up changing the subconscious mind. Now, I have found that very fascinating. I find all of this. I love the science of it. I love psychology. I love quantum physics. I just adore. So I do a lot of that studying too, because yeah, quantum physics to me is I have a son who's in physics. He just graduated with his master's in physics. I kept saying, you need to go into quantum physics. It's like the wild, wild west. They're discovering everything. They just don't have any. They don't have any bars. They just explore, and it's so cool. But anyway, with this sleep thing, I find it very interesting, and I have always believed that I get better results with listening to things at night. So I always I just always listen to I thought everyone did, listen to my affirmations at night. I made myself a recording, and then I listened to these over and over as I sleep. I've been doing this since 2012. And when I started my first book to become an international best-selling author, I was listening to it at night. I was ahead of science. How fun is that, right? But anyway, and the other thing that's really funny is that if your name is mentioned in the meditation, your subconscious mind responds. It's like you're giving it a direct. It's very cool, and it works. I also yeah, and I've seen that happen, and I actually heard that from a sleep doctor, because I was asking him questions when my son wasn't sleeping. We had a kid when he was a baby. I thought he was getting up 8 times. He was actually getting up 132 times at night. That's why we went in for sleep testing. And that's how I got addicted to caffeine. So I got to talk to the sleep doctor a lot. So I think that's very interesting. And I do have a wonderful, and it should be in the comments, but I don't know if it is. Are you in the comments? You should have a link. Let's see. Nope. Well, if you go to ElenaChapman.com and go to the shop center, which is called Moon Gypsy, because it is like a little store that I'm starting, I'll have I will do, you sign up for a personal meditation like this, because I've been doing them for years, I'm very happy to do one for you. I'm putting it, it is a charge, but it's not high, not high at all, because I understand this. And I'll do one for you. I'd be happy to. I can get it out to you by the end of next week, right? It's easy. So I'd be very happy to do that. If that'll help your anxiety, I'll do it. If that'll help you stop overthinking, I will do it. If you want to change the belief system in your subconscious mind, I'll do it. I'll help you. I'm very happy to do that. And it is a fast way to do it. Another thing that if you follow these things, really, you're looking at lifestyle changes, folks. And for heaven's sakes, do stay off the caffeine. What is it? Maestro, do what you're telling them to do, right? I love caffeine, but I am lessening my amount of caffeine. I don't think it's all going to be gone, but a lot of it is. And for you, the caffeine, the foods you eat, if you're eating a lot of sugar and you suffer from anxiety, you're counting. That's not good. That's not good. You're helping it. You've really got to eat things that are, you've got to start eating healthier. You have to start being healthier. You've got to do the exercising. You got to do the hobbies. You got to do the meditations. You got to be more self-aware about yourself. If you want to solve the problem, you've got to get your body back where it is happy. You have to get your body back where it is receiving guidance instead of in a bubble in your head, which is exactly what it's like when you have anxiety. You're detached from the rest of your body. You are in your head, and everything is just a mess, with the worry and the overthinking and the oh my God, I don't believe this. I can't do this. I can't believe that I don't have this. I don't have that. And the mind is spinning. You've got to do things to train yourself to be in the whole body. That's what you're doing. And to be more in the present and to understand when your body is happy and at peace, and then keeping it there. And when that anxiety starts to hit, if it starts to hit, because it's going to start going away, you're going to find your vibration is starting to go up already. But when all of a sudden that lack will hit, if you're doing all of this, your mind is going to say, wait a minute, no, and put the brakes on it. Really. That's what it did with my overthinking. All of a sudden, it's just like, nope, you don't need that, Elena. Go get your paper, put it on the table, put the idea there. Nope, you're not going to breathe fast. You're not going to get that tight abdomen. Nope, not going to do it. Do you see how it works? You are the one who's in control. You are the one that can solve this. Okay, so that's what I have to say tonight. Does anybody else have any comments? Anything they'd like to add? I'm always happy to hear that. I have a lot of answers. I'm sure I don't have them all. No one does. So if you have anything else you'd like to add, or concerns or questions, now's the time. Okay. Nope, I don't think I have any more. Okay, that's fine. You guys are all happy? How many of you are going to try some of these things? Can you tell me? No? Everybody's just sort of relaxing? Okay. All right. Well, I love having you all on. Thank you so much. Dennis, it is so incredible to have you back and on. I hope you enjoyed this very much, and I hope your life is fantastic. And Angie, God, honey, you got my heart. I have to. Yes, you do. And then Deb, thank you. I hope you come on more. It sounds like you got some good things up your sleeves. I always love it. Please join us more. I'm going to be doing lives, guys. I'm going to try to get on lives. The goal is to do 3 a week. I don't know, but we're going to aim for it. But I'll send out notification and you'll see. And if you can get on, fine. If you can't, you can't. But I would love to have you, especially when you write cool things. and you have questions or you have other solutions. I love it. All right. Have a wonderful holiday. We're right before the holidays. And really start working with this. And if you're interested in that I'm telling you, it really works. That type of meditation. Yeah, go to elenachapman.com and then go to the store. And I think it's like $50. I don't think it's, I'm not trying to win awards with it, but I do know it works. And it's probably the only meditation you will need, except, if you want to do something else. But for your anxiety or overthinking, it is a good one. Oh, and also for meditation, you got to look at that Moon Gypsy shop I have, because I also have crystals. And if you're meditating, I put gosh, I forgot. I forgot, guys. Okay, because I have so many clients with this. I put amethyst. There's amethyst. Isn't that beautiful? It's like you can here I see the pink, but it's God, it's so clear. And these are unpolished because I wanted to keep them as I don't want things jumbled. I don't want anything. Amethyst. Oh, this is rose quartz. I don't know what I said. Rose quartz, amethyst, and then Apache tear. Okay, which is a cool one. And when these I picked, I really picked these, and I give these to my clients who suffer from a lot of anxiety. Well, I have them get them, and I was having them buy each one, and they get expensive. They're like $18 to $22 each at this size. And so I thought, it starts getting expensive when you're buying all these different crystals. So instead, I put them in one little bag, and I think I have them for $39. But anyway, what do you do with them? One thing, when you meditate and you lie down, you put the amethyst on your chakra, your seventh chakra, okay? And so your forehead, for enlightenment, wisdom, and clarity coming in. You put the rose quartz, heart chakra, to open up to love and breathing calmly. Love for self, love for your soul and spirit, and love for the world. Love and peace. And then the Apache tear you put way down below your belly button. And you to rid yourself of things that don't serve you, and you feel that stone let everything in the body that doesn't serve you, all the tension, all the thoughts, all the things that aren't helping you, to leave the body. And it works like a gem. I've done it for years. So anyway, that's on there too. All right, so check it out, see what helps you, and definitely do the things we talked about. I love you all. Take care of yourself. Know that this wonderful body you're in is the body that helps us experience and create on this planet. So we got to treat it well. And also fill your heart with joy and peace this holiday season, and enjoy. I love you all. Namaste, my friends. Stay connected. Bye-bye.